The French are popular for their unique designs. In the world of cars, Citroën is one such car maker that has dared to do things differently with their newest SUV. And this one, it's called the Basalt. And with this, Citroën aims to disrupt the SUV segment with distinctive styling, spacious interior, comfortable ride, and peppy engine. But the Basalt, does it have enough to take on the established rivals? Well, in this review, we will weigh the strengths of the Basalt to some of its shortcomings to determine the true potential of this SUV in the segment. But before that, why don't you consider to subscribe to CarWale? And if you like our content, do give us a thumbs up and do press that bell icon to stay notified each time we put out a brand new video for you. To shake things up, Citroën knew that they had to make a bold statement to enter the SUV segment. After all, they were entering a segment where they had to compete against the rivals who were constantly upping the ante with things like ADAS, hybrid tech, and modern features. And so, the French designers thought, what better way to enter the segment with a completely unexplored silhouette, a coupe SUV. And the coupe body form is clearly the biggest USP of the Basalt. It's a bold departure from the traditional SUV formula, blending the practicality of an SUV with the sleek aesthetics of a coupe. The Basalt's design language is characterized by bold curves and a strong stance. The front fascia features a prominent grille with the iconic Citroen double chevron logo. This is flanked by stylish headlights that house LED projectors. The side profile showcases a sloping roofline that culminates in a rakish rear end, giving it a sporty appearance. The rear design is equally striking with a sculpted rear bumper. Now, one upside of having a coupe-type SUV is that you get loads of boot space. And here the Citroen Basalt has 470 liters. Now, it's not the segment leading, and the Tata Curve tops the list at 500 liters, but this one is much more than most of other rivals. With a generous cargo capacity, the Basalt can easily accommodate your luggage for a weekend getaway or a family vacation. The wide, square-shaped boot opening makes loading and unloading a breeze. So unlike other SUVs in the segment, Citroën does not intend to confuse you with an endless list of variants and special editions. In fact, Citroën has kept it quite simple with just 3 variants: U, Plus and Max. So here's what we make of it. If you're somebody who doesn't really enjoy driving but want the space and practicality of the Basalt, we suggest going for the entry-level U variant that is priced at Rs 7.99 lakh and go for the detuned 1.2-litre NA petrol engine with 80 bhp. But if you are the enthusiast kind and does not want to settle with limited features, we suggest climbing up the ladder for the Plus variant, and at 11.49 lakh rupees, you get a decently spec trim with powered mirrors, steering adjustment with mounted controls, climate control, and even a digital instrument cluster. So like any other Citroën, even the Basalt upholds 2 great USPs of the brand. The first one is a potent engine. So this one is a 1.2-litre turbo petrol engine that puts out 109 bhp and 190 Nm of peak torque when paired with a manual gearbox. But this one right here is a 6-speed torque converter automatic gearbox where the power is bumped up to 205 Nm of torque. Now these are the specifications, but how is the performance of this engine? And this engine is very peppy, it's eager to go, and right from the time you slot it into D, you lurch forward and in a quite enthusiastic way. It does not jerk, it has adequate power, and whether you're in the city or you're in the highway, you will have adequate power. And the second USP of the Basalt, like any other Citroen, is the ride quality. The suspension setup is towards the comfort side and it's soft when you're in the city, and when you're on the highway, it feels quite pliant. You don't really have any unsettling or sideways movement. Also, when you're on the broken roads, rough patches, or even speed breakers like we were right now, it doesn't really unsettle even the passenger or the rear occupants. So there is a slight sense of softness between the suspension working and between the ride quality that is felt inside the cabin. So that is something which Citroen has been able to nail it very accurately. And while the sloping roofline may compromise rear headroom to some extent for tall passengers, the Basalt still offers a surprisingly spacious cabin, especially when it is pitted against the Tata Curve. With this 1.2-litre turbo petrol automatic, Citroen claims a mileage of 18.7 kilometers to a litre. And to put this claim to test, we have put it through a rigorous CarWale test in both city and highway conditions. In city driving, the Basalt returned a fuel efficiency of 11.29 kmpl. While this figure may not be as impressive as the claim figure, it's still decent considering the car's performance-oriented nature. On the highway, the Basalt proved to be quite frugal, delivering a fuel efficiency of 17.17 kmpl. This figure is quite close to the claim figure and is impressive for a car of this segment. The smooth and efficient engine contributed to the car's excellent mileage. The Citroen Basalt, while a well-executed product, does have its shortcomings, and one area where Citroen has evidently cut corners is the interior quality. The use of hard plastic throughout doesn't give you a very premium feeling. Also, most of the rivals have soft touch materials either on the dashboard or on the door pads. Additionally, the lack of essential features in the Citroen Basalt that is now commonplace in the segment is also a concern. The absence of an electric sunroof, auto-dimming IRVM, cool seats, cruise control and even engine start-stop button is a bit disappointing and makes the Basalt less competitive in a segment where features play a crucial role in attracting buyers. The Basalt, with its 1.2-litre turbo petrol engine, is paired with a 6-speed torque converter automatic gearbox. This transmission unit is the same as the one found on the C3 Aircross. While the gearbox offers smooth shifts with linear acceleration inputs, it does exhibit some lurchiness at lower speeds. The transitions between first and second gears in particular aren't as seamless as those at higher gears. However, for those who prefer a more hands-on driving experience, the gearbox offers a manual mode. This allows drivers to take control of the gear shifts and extract maximum performance from the engine. While the gearbox performance at lower speeds could be improved, it's still a competent unit that offers a pleasant driving experience overall. Now let's talk about the Basalt's biggest rival when it comes to the design, and that is the Tata Curve. Now I know both the cars are modern and stylish, but they both have...
Hold on. Let's be honest here. I mean, the Tata Curve is more appealing with its striking exterior design and more prominent coupe roofline, isn't it?
I agree, the Tata Curve is definitely a lookup, but the design of the Basalt is much more elegant and timeless.
But it has to be futuristic, which Tata Curve is, right?
But the Basalt is practical. In fact, it doesn't really have a rake windscreen and you have a better headroom than the Curve.
Yeah, I might give you that, but in terms of features, again, Tata Curve is ahead.
I still feel that the Basalt is a great looking car. Well, this banter seems never ending. Ultimately, the choice between the Basalt and the Curve comes down to one's personal preference. Do you prefer the bold and futuristic design of the Curve or a more elegant and timeless approach of the Basalt? Let us know in the comments below. The Citroen Basalt is a bold entry in the Indian SUV segment. Its coupe-like design, spacious interior, peppy engine, comfortable ride, and all that paired with a killer starting price makes it a compelling choice for those looking for an SUV that is stylish and practical. But the Basalt does come with its shortcomings. Compared to most of its rivals, it misses out on essential features, and also the 6-speed gearbox isn't the best in the business. Despite these limitations, the Basalt is a strong contender in the segment. Just remember that this SUV is a car that prioritizes substance over superficial features. So if you're somebody who can trade off those bells and whistles for a more engaging and rewarding ride experience, then the Citroen is a perfect choice.